Live with Chess, we up next. Live with Chess, sports prepared. Live with Chess, live up next. Live with Chess, we're the best. Live with Chess, live up next.
Hello. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to another episode of Live with Chess. I'm your humble host, Cameron Chester, and today we are talking college football. Let's get right into the news. So I want to go over what happened last week, week 5. Kentucky beat Ole Miss. That was a crazy game, and Kentucky held things down, beating number 6 Ole Miss, and Ole Miss will have their rank dropped a little bit after that. Kentucky won 20-17. Minnesota lost to Michigan. Close game. Michigan got out of that one 27-24. Number 23 Kansas State destroyed number 20 Oklahoma State 42-20. Kansas State looks like a serious team. I'm not gonna lie. They have a pretty decent offense, but other than their one loss, they might potentially have the chance to go to the playoffs. Maybe. I like Kansas State. I think they're a sleeper team. Another game I want to focus on, USC. They handled Wisconsin 38-21. The game was a little bit close earlier, but then USC started to get a rhythm, started being more consistent on offense, and they walk away with that one. Notre Dame versus Louisville, 15 versus 16. Notre Dame won 31-24. Notre Dame chances of making the playoffs just got a little bit better, but that loss against Northern Illinois, it's not gonna help. Next we have Oklahoma and Auburn. Oklahoma gets away barely with this one. Oklahoma beat Auburn 27-21. Next we have Arkansas versus Texas A&M. This was a really good game, very close game, but Texas A&M found a way to win, and it's gonna be a great game next week when we talk about them versus Missouri, but we'll get to that later. But next we have Texas versus Mississippi State, and Texas handled Mississippi State 35-13. And after that we have Ohio State versus Michigan State, and Ohio State handled things. Jeremiah Smith is a dog. Will Howard looks very good. Ohio State looks really good, looks balanced as a team overall, and things are going really well over there right now currently. We have Penn State versus Illinois. Penn State beat Illinois 21-7. Penn State keeps their 9th rank, but they might go up a little bit, maybe, we'll see. LSU handled South Alabama 42-10. Boise State beat Washington State 45-24. Utah lost to Arizona, a big upset. Arizona won 23-10. Utah was the 10th ranked team in the nation, and that's about to go down. Oregon handled UCLA 34-13. And Miami, crazy game, very controversial game. People are saying at the end of it should have been a touchdown, but the ball was moving and it went out. But Miami holds on, and they beat Virginia Tech 38-14. Cam Ward still up there in the Heisman race, especially after this game, even though he threw a couple picks, but still did his thing. Now, also the final big game, Alabama versus Georgia, back and forth towards the end, but Georgia was getting handled at first by Alabama. Milroe looked like a dog. Williams, sensational. Alabama's offense is back. When I'm talking about back, I mean that firepower. You know when Alabama's offense is back, when they could just throw all over the place, and they've been doing that for years. Great wide receivers they created in the NFL right now, we all know. But yeah, that game was people were predicting it was gonna be game of the year, and it's great game of the year so far. Alabama beat Georgia 41-34. Carson Beck looked shaky in the beginning, but came back towards the end. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But yeah, Alabama held on, and yeah. Next week we have week 6, and this is gonna be a good week. Like I said earlier, Missouri versus Texas A&M, number 9 versus 25. I have a feeling, right now the spread is saying Texas A&M, but I think Missouri could find a way to get out of this one. I feel like Missouri can slid their way out of this. Next we have Iowa versus Ohio State, and this might be Ohio State's first potentially real matchup. Iowa, we always know they have a great defense, but we'll see. We'll see how that game goes. I think Ohio State will get out of this one. The spread has them up by a lot. Next, we have Georgia versus Auburn. I feel like this will actually be a closer game than people think. I think Auburn's defense is pretty decent. And Georgia is not the same Georgia offense that we've seen before. It's not that takeover game. If they make one mistake, they'll make another. And I'm very scared for Georgia in that situation. But I think Georgia will get out of this one. Another one to focus on, I would have to say, is Tennessee versus Arkansas. Tennessee, you need to be ready because Arkansas got a team. They got a good quarterback. Their defense is okay. When their defense shows up, they show up. But Tennessee, you're number 4. You got to handle things. I think this game is going to be good. Next, we have Michigan versus Washington, and a lot of people think Washington are going to come away with this. Yes, they're home, and Michigan has not been very dominant as many thought they would be after winning the national championship. But yeah, we have that game. I think. I don't know. I feel like I might have to go with the crowd with this one. I think Washington might win away, slither away with this one. And then Miami versus California. And I think Miami's going to win that one. I definitely think Miami's going to win that one. But let's get to my biggest winners and losers from last week. First biggest winner, Alabama. You stapled it. Y'all, Alabama is very back. The Alabama that put fears in people's eyes is back. And I think, they have a very good chance, especially with Texas, to win. I think those are my top 2 right now for the national championship. Number 2, I would have to say Penn State because they got away with a very close win, and that could potentially affect their playoff chances. But they beat a good Illinois team. I'm not going to lie. And that was a pretty close game. And then my final winner, I'm going to have to say Miami because that was a clutch game at the end. You got saved by fate, and your hopes of the playoffs and potentially going far in the playoffs is still up right now. Biggest losers, I would have to say Ole Miss. You lost to an unranked Kentucky team, and the game was close, and you're supposed to have this high-powered offense, and Lane Kiffin is supposed to be this offensive mega mind, but it did not work out. Number 2, I'm going to have to say Michigan. Even though Michigan won, it was a close game against a very mediocre Minnesota team, in my opinion. Like I said before, this isn't the Michigan we thought we would see, but that was too close of a game, and now you're heading to Washington away, and many people think you're going to lose that game. And then finally, my last loser, I would have to say Georgia. Yeah, I'm going to have to say Georgia because this was your game to show people that Georgia football is still dominant, very dominant in this college football atmosphere, and things did not go as planned, and a lot of things happened in that game, and a little shaky performance from Carson Beck. But that's gonna be all, folks. Tell me what you think. Like and subscribe. Please comment. Crazy week we got coming up next week, and it's been your boy Cameron Chester. It's been Live with Chess.
Live with Chess, we're the best. Live with Chess, live up next.